All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. As per usual, I do appreciate you guys hanging out for the double header. You don't have to. So, again, sorry, let me take that out. I don't know why I put a piece of gum out knowing that I was going to fucking be on here talking. Anyway, it's funny. Nikki Noodles, he said, yeah, Botox ads. The ads I'm looking at is from Nutrient Survival, which, by the way, guys, is a definitely a good company you guys should start stocking your gear up from. They have pretty good food, Nutrient Survival. So they do have deals. They give me these deals to talk about often. I should have mentioned it on the Angry Prepper, but I'll mention some of their shit on here today. But anyway, Finley the Dog, Water Tiger, Big Billy, thank you for the donations. Jay No More, CJ, thank you for the donations. Silvergram, Henry, Scrapper, William, thank you for the Joe, Rabbit Coyote, thank you for the donation. Prime Prepper, thank you for the donation. Everybody else, thank you for the 5x5. I'm sorry. Buy the Book, Patty, thank you for the donation. Reaching Cold Mountain, thank you for the 4x4. Ozark Negro, Prime Prepper, thank you for the 5x5. My God, man, am I mixing this shit up again? I'm sorry. Richard, thank you for the donation. Everybody else, thank you for the 5x5. Jeez. I just caught myself. Share Bear, thank you for the 5x5. All right. Yeah, Scrappy Cat, they brought back Fraggle Rock. Right? I think it's called Fraggle Rock Back to the Rock or some shit like that. I just saw it today on Apple TV. I was staring at it like, are they rerunning the show? And I'm like, no, they got a whole new thing. I'm like, okay. I'm not gonna watch it because I'm not fucking 5 or retarded. But when I was young, I was like, oh, Fraggle Rock. Now I'm grown ass man. So yeah, no, thank you. Anyway, let's get into it. Krista, Eric, thank you for the 5x5. Let's go. Thank you for the 5x5. Oh, fuck Fraggle Rock. Yeah, like I said, I can't bring myself to watch it now. Like what I watched the other day, yesterday, 2 days ago. That movie Troll came out in '86. Yo, that was a fucking horrible movie. I had to have been 8 when the movie came out. And at 8 years old, I guess I was dumb. Because I'm looking at this movie and I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck was I watching? The acting was horrible. The special effects was The trolls running around and the troll brings out his little ring and he turns people into like other trolls. But like when they ran away from him with his ring, the guy was like in the corner, like, kick that fucking midget across the room. Yo. I saw Troll 2, Hago. I saw that. That was horrible too. But the first one was bad. It was just like, oh man, like this little fucking midget just kicked this shit across the room, punt it, fucking uppercut it and let it fly across. This thing chasing people around the room with a ring. It was dumb. Such a I had such a hard time watching it. I'm one of those guys that if I start a movie, I'll finish it. It took me 3 days to finish it. I turned it on. I'm like, this is stupid. Turned it off. Turned it back on. And then what I found interesting was this movie came out before Harry Potter, the books. The character's name in the book, in the movie, in the show, the movie was Harry Potter. It's Harry Potter Sr., Harry Potter Jr. I thought that was interesting, especially with trolls and warlocks and witches. I thought that was very interesting that the lady who wrote Harry Potter got the name from there. Anyway, so, again, guys, horrible fucking movie. Very stupid. Stupid. I was just like, holy shit, man. What was I thinking? And keep in mind, when I was a kid, I watched that movie maybe 20 times. I thought it was a shit back then. Woo! Talk about stupid, huh? What is that, coloring with crayons and wearing a fucking white helmet? Holy shit, man. That was fucking bad. Bad. Horrible. Buy the book. I would keep cash at home. I would keep cash at home just because of the cyber attacks. The cyber attacks going down, man, I would just keep cash at home. I wouldn't, I wouldn't risk it. But yeah. Crime. Yes, that was a Gunslinger. Nighthawk was good. That was a good movie. There was a lot of good '80s films, but there's some '80s films that are just nightmares. You're just like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like The Last Starfighter, still a good movie, still a good plot. I mean, a good storyline, just a good movie. You know, like they that's even that now when I watch it, I'm like, that's a good fucking movie. Special effects, but the movie was still good. I get a kick out of shit like that. You know, and you know a movie's still good when you watch it in the '80s and you watch it now and you're still like, man, this is not bad. You know, like Night of the Comet, not a bad movie. You know, but my kids watch '80s films with me and they go, how old is this? I'm like, what do you mean how old is this? And they're like, such an old movie. I'm like, you know what? Just go to fucking the other room. Forget it. You know, like I don't even want to show them anymore. But I used to do that with my parents when we used to watch black and whites. I'm like, or '70s films. I'm like, how old is this movie? You know. And people be like, and you know, my parents would be like, oh, it was back in the '60s or the '70s, early '70s, and I'd be like, oh, this is old. Now my fucking kids are doing it to me, fuckers. Anyway. Cherokee Survival says the red heifer sacrifice will take a dark turn. We shall see. We shall see. I don't know. I have my antennas up about this whole solar eclipse. There's a part of me that doesn't think anything's going to happen, and another part of me is like, it could all go down. It could all go bad that day, or start the beginning of everything that starts to decline faster. It could be that. Or they could tear a hole in the time-space continuum with their collider, and we all get sucked into a black hole. Or a portal and opens up and demons come spewing out. There is also that. But yeah, you know, anything can happen. And I'm not entertaining any of it. Not that I'm entertaining it. I'm not worried. That's all. Joanne, thank you for finally making a live stream. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not worried about any stupidity. It is what it is, man. Richard Brown, thank you for the donation. Prime Prepper, thank you for the donation. I'm sorry that I missed that. I just saw it. My chat on here didn't update. You know how it spools or moves or whatever the fuck you call that? It just did it now. So yeah. But anyway, let's get into the BS that is Planet Earth and the shit show that's starting. Listen, we got a lot of problems on our hand. Obviously, the economic disaster that's looming from the shipping container smashing into a bridge, I don't think it's going to be that bad. I really don't. I don't foresee this being, like I said in the Angry Prepper, I don't foresee this being the big issue. But leave it to every other YouTube channel or media to fall into the same trap and trying to scare the rest of us into thinking that this is going to be bad. It really isn't. At best, you might pay a little more for certain foods. Now, if you live in New York City, and I know that there are other cities looking to do the congestion pricing. So New York City is, I think, the first city in America to do it. Stockholm, Singapore, and I forgot who else did it as well. That is going to raise prices for everybody in the city. A lot of people seem to think that, you know, the congestion pricing is just to lessen traffic. It is. There's one part of it that is. Listen, I drive in the streets and I watch some of these cars. London, Stockholm, and Singapore also have congestion pricing. Fuck those places. And there was another country that has it too. I want to say like a city in Italy might have it, or France, one of those two. A city in France or Italy has it as well. But still, with that, guys, that's going to raise the prices on food right across the board. Like I said in my video on the Angry Truth earlier today, anybody or any business south of 60th Street is going to feel the pinch. And they're not going to take that shit on the chin. They're going to pass that off to us. So if you have supermarkets south of 60th Street, you better be prepared to pay more for food. If you eat at your favorite restaurants, again, south of 60th Street, be prepared to pay more at the diner or restaurant. Right? Your $250 steak dinner is probably going to be $300 now. Your $23 breakfast at a diner is probably going to be $35. That, guys, what I don't understand is that we are in an economic woe right now. People are having a hard time making ends meet. People are working multiple jobs here in New York to make ends meet. With that, they said, you know what? How can we squeeze more money out of people? I got it. Congestion pricing. Then we'll hit them in the pockets and we'll hit them in the dick. Because why not? Right? Now, you got people who live in Jersey who come across the bridge and they're paying $17 at the George Washington. I think it's a little less at the Lincoln and Hollow Tunnel. So now they just paid a toll to get into the city. Now they work south of 60th Street. They got to pay another toll, if you will, to just be in the city. You got people that come across the Verrazano Bridge. You got people that come across the Triborough Bridge. They're paying a toll. You got people that come across the Mary Cuomo Bridge as well. I forgot the name of the bridge. I hate calling it the Mary Cuomo Bridge, but the not the Triborough is here. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, you got people that are crossing all these bridges to get into the city. Then you got people coming out of the Battery Tunnel as well, and the Midtown Tunnel. You're paying a toll to come into the city to pay another toll again. That's, again, that is ludicrous. That's the craziest shit I've heard in a long time. Prime Prepper, thank you for that. I appreciate it. So yeah, I mean, guys, that people again. Now people are struggling. Now you got people entering all of these bridges. You got people paying these tolls coming in. Now you got to pay another a toll or price tag to come into the city, which is, if I'm not mistaken, $15 a peak hour, $7.32. I don't know where they came up with that math. $7.32 off peak hours. Tappan Zee, thank you, Patty S. Right, you got the Verrazano, which connects Staten Island to New York, and then you got the Tappan Zee, which is also known as the Mary Cuomo Bridge. So all these people are paying two price tags to get into the city. So the object is some people are going to now leave their cars at home, like I said in the video. I think people are going to give it a test run. They're going to do it for a week, and they're going to be like, no, this shit just cost me $600-something a week to come. Wait, is it $600? Hold on, let me do the math real quick. We're going to use one bridge for this math. I did it earlier and I can never fucking remember. 32 times, no, sorry. 32 plus 15, 74, that's 40. I did that wrong. It's 17 plus 15, $32 times, that's $32 a day times 5. That's $160 a week. $160 a week turns out to be $640 a month, which turns into $7,680 a year. Who the fuck can afford that? So people are probably going to do it for a week, be like $160. No, thank you. Now, and then people will probably spot check when they're going to do it. Like, all right, I'll do it on a Tuesday, or if I feel really tired, I feel really sick, I'll drive in then, but I'll take the trains. Here's the other problem with the trains. Now you're going to be on a packed train every time you get on, because there are going to be a lot of people that are not going to drive into the city. Now, I told people before, I will tell them again, cover your fucking tags and hide your Easy Pass. Repent, thank you for the donation, man, I appreciate it. That is my best advice to you. Right? The safety advice, right? Carry whatever firearms is going to protect yourself, guys. Also, cover your tags. Cover your Easy Pass. Somebody just wrote something, and shit, man, what the hell is it? Yes, and if you guys do not mind, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. So I hate when something jumps out at me, and then I try to look at it. Yeah, and nobody else is getting. The Goethals Bridge goes from Jersey to Staten Island, or Staten Island into Jersey. That's the Goethals Bridge. The Verrazano connects Staten Island to Brooklyn. If that makes sense. I missed what I said. I read something and I can't. Yeah, well, listen, the tolls just to go to Long Island, Patty, is a pain in the fucking ass, right? And now, again, you're driving into Long Island, you're dealing with that traffic, you're paying that toll to cross the bridge, and then you get fucking hit again with a $15 surcharge. It's not a surcharge, it's a $15 charge. But, cover tags with what? Cover with, aluminum foil. Cover it with paper tag. Cover it with a fuck you Biden. Cover it with something. You know, cover it with a see-through like reflective thing that they sell online. They sell those like a cop can see it, but the cameras can't. Cover that. You know, hell, man. Farm Dog says my YouTube suspension must be over. Who suspended you? Us or them? I don't. Okay, whatever. Yeah, but yeah, cover it, man. Fuck it. Or take the train in. But again, taking the train in, man, you're going to do... The trains are already crowded as of right now. This thing kicks into effect June 1st. It was supposed to go in effect April 1st. They bumped it to June 1st. Trains right now, as is always crowded. There are way too many people on it. You want to punch heads every time you get on the train. Right? So now, with this going into effect June 1st, the trains are going to be really fucking crowded. Like Chinese crowded, where you can't move, and there's going to be a ton of fights. But I think, guys, this is the way to curb your vehicle use as well. Granted, there are too many cars in the city. I hate to agree with it. When I'm stuck in traffic, I'm like, why am I stuck in traffic? Why the fuck are there so many people in the city? But I also don't like the fact that they're telling you that they're suggesting you don't use your car anymore. They're suggesting that you save the environment, because that's another reason why they got this congestion pricing. They want to save the environment, fight climate change, lessen the amount of traffic in the city, which lessens the pollution. So congestion pricing is it. And there's articles out there saying the reason for congestion pricing is, and they give you some bullshit mumbo jumbo you will not believe. Oh, it supports the MTA. The MTA could fix the infrastructure better. They could put better trains on. Fuck the MTA and those thievers. Thievers. That's not even a word, but thieves. They steal on a daily basis. Then people who jump the turnstile. Listen, you jump the turnstile, I applaud you. Because fuck this system. They do nothing, but they continuously rob us. Keep robbing us, keep raising the price. Now, I don't jump the turnstile because guess what? I'm too fucking old. I'm not jumping over anybody's turnstile just to embarrass myself and get tangled up in the turnstile because I decided I was going to jump it. I don't do that anymore. I just pay. It's just easier for me not to embarrass myself. Because I'd be the guy that jump across the turnstile, I get tangled up in the fucking, the turnstile, all fucked up and shit, and that's the video that they play all over Instagram. No, thank you. So I'm out on that shit. I'd rather pay and save my dignity. But when it comes to tags, I'm absolutely going to cover my fucking tags and hide my Easy Pass. Fuck them. Yeah, Adriana, it's the 15-minute city. That's how you start a 15-minute city. You start tagging people with that. Soon they're going to be like, oh shit, congestion prices working in New York? Let's start it in other cities. Because other cities are talking about it. I know somewhere in California we're talking about it. And I want to say either Michigan or Illinois. One of those two places are talking about it as well. So you're going to see it in other cities as well very soon. I think there was another city here that was contemplating it. I think. But I'm not sure which one it was. And I'm pretty sure, I think it was one upstate New York, like Binghamton or Buffalo or some shit like that. Or Ithaca, whatever, one of those places up there. You know. Yeah, everybody would be laughing at me for that. But I would be famous because at the very least, I hope they would mention the channel. I'm like, the black fella here who's tangled up in the turnstile, that's the Angry Prepper on YouTube. He said he was going to do this. Now he looks like an asshole. That could work in my favor, but I'm not going to risk it. Oregon's talking about it. All right. So would that be Portland, right? Portland, Oregon's definitely good. I can see Portland, Oregon doing it, but they're going to see how it works for New York. And the problem is, guys, there's no test run or trial run. They're going to implement it, and that's it. Cherokee Survivor said Charlotte's talking about it as well. Like I said, guys, and Seattle, no shit. So other places are talking about it, and we're going to see this in effect. And when they're talking about it, guys, it means they're going to start it. That's all it is. It's another way for these politicians to put more money in their pocket. Because we're not seeing any of that shit. No, I'm not. We're not seeing that shit on tax. And then you're paying city taxes. So, I mean, like, look at this. A worker who works in New York City somewhere, south of 60th Street, lives in Jersey, or upstate New York, in Connecticut, or Yonkers, or maybe Massachusetts, the furthest, or PA. They drive over here. They pay a city tax to work in the city. Then they gotta pay the tolls to come across into New York. And if you're upstate or in Yonkers, you might pay a toll if you come down 95. Then you go south to 60th Street and you're paying another toll. You're paying a lot of fucking tolls just to work in this shit city. I mean, that's bad, man. And then the tax thing, that's out of control. But who knows, man? I definitely, I'm advocating people to cover their tags up. And hopefully the cops do the right thing and let it go. And boycott it as well. Because NYPD, the city workers were looking for some kind of a break. But we're not getting that break. We're never going to see that break. It's just not going to happen. And people like, well, you know, I mean, we work for the city, we pay taxes, we do all the other bullshit, and we're here on a daily basis risking our lives. That is the least the MTA could do. The MTA said, go fuck yourself. So now, that's why I advocate covering your tags and hiding your Easy Pass, because fuck the MTA. They want to play games, we can play games too. Anyway, guys, I went over my limit. I'm going to go to bed now. I am tired. I was going to do a video, and then I said, fuck that, I'm going to sleep. I'll do more videos next week. I might have one coming out for Sunday, but I don't know. We'll see. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for dealing with my bullshit, and I will see you guys next Tuesday, hopefully. All right, guys, good night.